Yeah, nigga. You ain't got no you ain't got no business over here, man. Man. Back with some more content. Back to back, like I said. Just like I did yesterday, man. Back to back with the content. Back to back, back to back. Where you at? Where y'all at with it? Let's get it. King Supreme delivering the damn game. What it do? Shout out to you, you, and you. Shout out to the whole nation. Shout out to the foundation. Uh, Nothing much, man. Just doing what I do. I'm just doing what I do, just being me. You know what I'm saying? Top of the morning, man. I want to get this. I want to get this started early. Get up in here, blast the like button. It ain't nothing, man. You're welcome, man. We getting ready to have. It's gonna be a wonderful show. It's gonna be a wonderful show. Let's go. Salute to the real. The truth is a bitter pill that most people don't want to swallow. Drinking straight liquor up out of the damn bottle. Straight lace, no chase. Let's get it. Now, I'm not gonna waste no time with this one. I'm not gonna waste no time. Let's dive right into the conversation. Shout out to Phil Scott Podcast. And Haitian man was upset with FBA. And let's see what he's talking about.
Now, you know, the Supreme Court had Trump to go on and revoke.
Hold on. My bad. Let's take it back from the top.
Now, you know, the Supreme Court had ended up allowing Trump to go on and revoke the temporary protected status of Haitians and Syrians. Now, when I listened to a judge actually talk about the ruling that came from the Supreme Court, so the Supreme Court didn't actually end temporary protected status. They just interpreted what the law said that Congress passed back in the 90s. So temporary protected status was actually passed back in 1990. I was a kid back then. And it was signed by George H.W. Bush, the father of George W. Bush. And it was signed, and in that particular law, it gave the executive branch, which is the president, the ability to grant temporary protected status or end it, wherever how he see fit with the executive branch. And in the law itself, it actually had limited judicial review, so they didn't have to come to Congress constantly and see if who got approved for protected status or not. So the Supreme Court basically said that if the executive branch wanted to revoke temporary protected status, it had a right to, based on the law that was passed with Congress. So that's where we at. So then when they make sure the power goes to the executive branch, which would be the Trump administration, this is why he said, okay, well, we about to wrap this up for Haitians and Syrians. Now, it was not Black Americans who campaigned to end temporary protected status for Haitians or Syrians. It was white folks that campaigned for that, MAGA, and whoever else that agree with them. Now, do some Black people agree with them about temporary protected status? Some do, but not on the guise of racism. That's not why some agree with it who are FBA. It has nothing to do with racism. The folks is purely about racism because they say their numbers are so low and they not having no children and all of that. So they trying to get everybody out of here who is non-white, who has a ground to get them out. And TPS is one way to get them out. Now, you would think that some of them in the Haitian community would be talking about that. No. Some of them are being disrespectful to FBA. And this is why some black folks who are black American aren't fighting and fussing about this too much. Let's go ahead and check this out.
I don't even understand what y'all doing. Y'all hating on real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all happy we getting deported. Nigga, y'all want us out the country. Y'all say it's y'all country. But then y'all turn around saying, oh, get out of our country. Then y'all turn around saying, oh, you see the Haitians, they get in political positions and they only look out for Haitians. How do we get in political position in this y'all country? What the y'all talking about? You is that everybody be talking about. Take my hat off for this. You and everybody be talking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't put in enough work. That's y'all problem. Don't get mad that somebody can't put the work in and lapped you. This to the FBAs. Don't be mad because we came in and we built and you was sitting on your mama, laying on your mama couch because you was on probation for a petty crime. And you only made $400 for it. You spent it all on weed, boy. Who the think started to pay respect? And I got love for my American who get into the bag, who know what it is. But I gotta say it. It ain't no other way to say it.
Well, sir, I mean, I appreciate.
Hey, listen, man. I mean, if that's how he feel, that's how he feel. Let him talk. Hit the like button, man, and support the show. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against Haitians, but when it's time to call individuals out, I will. Right? I don't have nothing personal against Haitians at all. The same way I call out my people is the same way that I'll call out them. If I got to call out FBA sometimes, of course, I got to call out Haitians sometimes. It is what it is. King Supreme is a real equal opportunity smoke giver. I'm going to say it again. King Supreme is a real equal opportunity smoke giver. Seriously. I give white folks the business. I give foreigners and immigrants the business. And I got to give our own people. I got to give some of our FBA people the business sometime. And people get mad at me for being real.
The way you said it, you say there's no other way to say it. Okay. So let's just kind of recap of what you're saying.
You see the Haitians, they get in political positions and they only look out for Haitians. How do we get in political position in this y'all country? What the y'all talking about? You is that everybody be talking about. Take my hat off for this. You and everybody be talking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't put in enough work. That's y'all problem. Don't get mad that somebody can't put the work in and lapped you. This to the FBAs. Don't be mad because we came in and we built and you was sitting on your mama, laying on your mama couch because you was on probation for a petty crime. And you only made $400 for it. You spent it all on weed, boy. Who the think started to pay respect? And I got love for my American who get into the bag, who know what it is. But I gotta say it. It ain't no other way to say it.
Well, sir, I mean, I appreciate the way you said it. You say there's no other way to say it. Okay. So let's just kind of recap of what you're saying. Once again, black Americans did not advocate for anyone to be had a temporary protected status ended. Anytime black Americans said something, it was always a response to disrespect. It was a response to some of you, not all, siding with white supremacy. And when we told you as brothers and sisters, we're trying to be brothers and sisters to some of you, and told you that's not it, stop being disrespectful, that's not going to work out in the end. Hey, don't join white supremacy. They are never loyal to you. They're always going to turn on you at the drop of a dime. They're not loyal to anything or anybody but themselves, and then they're not even loyal to each other. So if they're not loyal to each other, why in the hell do you think they're going to be loyal to you? Look at how they treat poor white people. Now, if they're going to treat poor white people the way they treat them, why would they treat you any better? But a lot of you thought you knew you're so much better. You let these people manipulate you. You let these people gaslight you to make you think that you were somewhat better than black Americans. I'm talking about only those who feel that way. I'm not talking about those who do not feel that way, okay? Now, we got to be grown here. This gentleman represents some sentiment in his community. Not everybody in his community, but some. Now, you're not talking about these white folks. You're not talking about the Supreme Court that sat up here and going to say, get you out of here. You're not talking about Stephen Miller. He's the one that's really on that. You ain't even mentioning his name. You talking about some random FBAs online who's talking. All the black folks online talking is not going to go round you up, sir. I promise you they won't. Now one of them will. It won't be FBA that putting you in ICE detention. It won't be FBA that's going to put you on a plane and deport you back to your homeland. It won't be us. I promise you that. I can guarantee you it won't be us at all. But then in the mix of, you're still taking the same old digs. Talking about you come here and you work so hard. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with you work so much harder than black Americans because all we do is sit on our mama couch. I haven't been on my mama couch. Sleeping on my mama couch for sure. Man, since I was a kid. I don't even know how that feel at this point. And I know a lot of other black Americans can relate to what I just said too, but let's go with it. We all sleep on our mama couch and we were just all lazy. You know, that same old trope about black Americans. We just lazy. Okay, we all lazy and you came in, you worked so much harder. Okay, now you really gonna be able to show and prove how much harder you work. Because when you return back to your homeland, listen, that work ethic that you have, it's in you no matter where you go. Okay? So when you return back to your homeland, I want to see that same work ethic build Haiti. And I want you to show us what you built. I want to see how great Haiti's going to be because a lot of brothers and sisters are going to be coming back. I want to see how great it's going to be because since you say that we're lazy and you work so much harder and you built things, that means you'll be able to build it back in Port-au-Prince.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and what immigrants got to realize, if you guys are such hard workers, how come you can't build Haiti? You guys are the majority over there. Like there's no excuse. If foundational black Americans can make conditions better over here and we're the damn minority, how come you guys can't make conditions better in a country where you guys are the majority? Make it make sense. So if you guys are just hard workers, I'm not saying that you're not, but if that's true, surely you could build Haiti. Surely you could build your homeland. That should be no problem.
And you better help barbecue make Haiti great again. Okay? I mean, you can't sit up here and say you built everything and you work so much harder because we sleep on our mama couch, but you don't want to go do that in your homeland? The place of your ancestors, Haiti. You don't want to go do that over there. You're mad at black Americans, once again, who's making certain comments as a, once again, response to disrespect. Sir, your video was disrespectful. In the midst of you facing, and I'm not saying maybe not you in particular, but who knows, facing deportation by July 1, you worry about what we talking about. Listen, I promise you, if you in your homeland, FBA will not be your problem. They'll be the least of your problem, is what black Americans are talking about. See, let me tell you something, you and others who have been disrespectful like this. See, we don't have to go out and advocate for nothing bad to happen to any of you. All we got to do is shut the hell up. Don't say nothing. Mind our black American business. That's all we have to do. We do not have to harm you. We don't have to go chant with them. We don't have to do nothing with these folks. All we have to do is stay quiet. See, all you groups, or what you're learning, is that we have been the barrier and the guard between you and white supremacy. And they see, wait a minute, they're not standing in the way of us anymore. They're not fighting us anymore. Oh, shoot, it's on and popping now. And it's been on and popping ever since. And this is a permanent stance. And the reason why it's permanent is because we have had, it's like you mentioned, you saying Haitian politicians only advocating for Haitians. But when you get in trouble, we need to be on some Pan-Africanism. We all black. We all, the white man see only black. He don't see, only when you want something out of black America. Now all of a sudden you're talking about how much the white man is going to see all of us the same. But when you get in Congress in positions of power, you don't have the same attitude. Hey, man, I got to help all black people because the white man see us the same. So I got to help all of us. No. You only focus on your group. You delineate. See, why is it okay for you to delineate, but it's not okay for Black America to delineate? And what Black America has been saying is to hell with the hypocrisy. You're not going to say it's okay for you, but not okay for us. You're not going to say it's okay, but with Black Americans, it's division. It's causing a problem. It's doing this and that and the third. No. You want your cake and eat it too. And what Black America has said is them days of you having your cake and eating it too is over. If you work harder, if we sleep on our mama couch, if we on probation for petty crimes, okay, fine. We'll be on probation for petty crimes. But you're going to be on your own too. And then people say, oh, they going to come after y'all. We come after us. What day have they not messed with Black Americans? We built for that. We built for anything they throw at us. Now, the rest of you are not built for it, but we are. That's why some of you got disrespectful, or you play the other way. You try to like give us some praise and, oh, Black Americans, you were right the whole time. And I'm like, why are you only saying that? Because now you got to duck ICE now. Why you didn't say that when ICE wasn't your problem? Well, you didn't have an ICE problem when you was because I remember during the Biden administration, we here now. Ain't nothing y'all can say. Okay. All right, we here now. And check this out. Your boy Biden, he knew what Trump was going to do. He could have made y'all all legal residents. He could have did something for y'all, and he left y'all hanging with Trump.
Right. He left y'all hanging with Trump. Right. That's exactly what happened. Check it.
I was watching the video of this lady explaining now that TPS has been revoked for Haitians. And the comments were full of disappointing, sorry, hateful excuses of humans. Americans telling Haitians to go back home. The TPS is temporary. Remember all the bad y'all said about us? Now go home. Man, all of y'all are hypocrites. You see when the government mistreats you, but you go blind when it mistreats somebody else. You don't want liberation for everybody. You want it for yourself. The crazy part is a lot of y'all are talking about Haiti like it just magically ended up the way it is. Nobody ever mentions America's role in keeping Haiti the way it is now. I never mentioned the occupation, the stolen money, the political interference, the destabilization, none of it. Instead of learning the nuance behind the situation, you let bigotry and ignorance control your thinking. But then you swear you care about justice. You swear you care about life, right? Yeah, I swear you're all about freedom. Unless it's Haitians, I guess. But go ahead, comment your gifts, your TikTok slang, your other stupid shit I'll be leaving in the comments. I'm just tired of all of it, man. I'm tired of the stuff that's going on now. I'm tired of y'all niggas. I'ma see y'all, man.
Credit belongs to the original owners of this video. And hello, guys. I want to appreciate you for coming by to my channel.
So the Supreme Court just released their opinion today on TPS, and it gave a huge win to the Trump administration and a huge win for executive power. What this decision ultimately means is that any law that has a non-judicial review clause within it, that final decision of the agency, the determination, cannot be reviewed by the courts. Not even the procedures that were taken to get to that decision can be reviewed by the courts. It basically gives almost complete power to the executive to come up with determinations in any way they want. Within the TPS statute is a non-judicial review clause. Some statutes have them. And when that clause is in there, it means that the determination, the ending determination of the secretary or of the agency or of the president cannot be questioned by the courts. It means the courts can't overturn it. Now, this litigation was not about the determination to end TPS. Everybody agreed that could not be questioned. What was questioned was whether the secretary followed the right procedures to get to that determination. But according to Judge Alito, who gave the majority opinion, those procedural steps were also determinations. The secretary determined that an email was sufficient to satisfy the consultation requirement, that ignoring the country conditions was enough to satisfy the country conditions requirement. The Supreme Court has just said that the determination is an ongoing thing. The determination is in every step of the procedure and in the final decision as well. And every step, the determination of the agency cannot be reviewed by the courts. And for that reason, The APA claims the basic strength of this argument, that you cannot end TPS without proper procedures, failed. And with no APA claims, the only argument they had left was a constitutional claim that equal protection was violated, that the reasoning behind ending TPS was racially motivated. And what the majority decided was that all of the evidence that was submitted, all of the statements by President Trump, all the statements by Secretary Noem, all the racially discriminatory statements that not even the lawyers that represented the president and the secretary could say out loud, that everything that was said in the record was that it was not, that they weren't being serious about it, that it didn't go into the ultimate decision making to end TPS. For that reason, all of the statements were deemed political in nature, and they didn't influence the decision to end TPS. So the equal protection claim, the claim that this was done for racial reasons, also failed. Now, Judge Keegan wrote a really good dissent. I recommend that you read it. It might influence the law one day, many, many years down the line. But until then, this court ruling controls. And now the executive, President Trump, can end TPS basically whenever he wants. Thanks for listening. If you want to see the full article, sources, and analysis on this topic, go to The Migration on Substack.
Breaking news. The Supreme Court just gave the Trump administration the green light to end temporary protected status for Haitians and Syrians. If you have TPS, don't ignore this. So here's what happened. TPS is supposed to protect people already living in the United States when their country is too dangerous to return because of war, disaster, violence, or humanitarian crisis. Haiti received TPS after the devastating 2010 earthquake. Syria received TPS during their civil war. People have been living on this TPS for years. Both countries, by all accounts, have gotten worse, not better. Nevertheless, the Trump administration moved to end both programs. Federal judges stopped them temporarily, saying that the U.S. government never followed the law. They didn't look into the specific country conditions and what's going on there today, that they just arbitrarily ended it. Regardless, today, the Supreme Court said that courts cannot review whether or not the Trump administration followed the proper procedures. So based on this decision, they can do whatever the hell they want. And there's nobody there to stop them. So now TPS is over. Now, that doesn't mean everyone's going to be deported tomorrow. It just means that TPS holders lose their authorization to work and lose their protection from deportation. They would have to still go through a deportation process. So what do you do now? Don't panic, but also don't ignore this. Speak to an immigration lawyer. Figure out what other pathways you have: family petitions, adjustment of status, asylum, withholding of removal, Convention Against Torture, VAWA, cancellation of removal, maybe even some employment options. Every person is different. The worst thing you can do is just wait and do nothing. It's like sitting on the Titanic sinking. So potentially there's options for many people, but you got to look into it.
The court just issued an immigration decision that could have devastating consequences for hundreds of thousands of people, clearing the way for the Trump administration to strip legal protections from individuals that are simply trying to escape dangerous conditions in their home country. And sadly, for many of those families, today's ruling could change the course of their lives forever. In a 6-3 ruling, the court allowed the administration to end temporary protected status for roughly 350,000 people from Haiti and from Syria. That means that many of them could now face deportation, even though the program exists, because conditions in their home countries have been deemed too dangerous for people to...
Well, like I said yesterday, it's not our job to take on everybody's problems. Haitians represent the majority in their country, so maybe they need to figure out a way to fix the conditions in their country. You know, America can't afford to take everybody in. We're not the world's dumping ground to where you can just dump everybody's problems over here. That's not what it is, man.
1,000 people from Haiti and from Syria. That means that many of them could now face deportation, even though the program exists, because conditions in their home countries have been deemed too dangerous for people to return safely. Even more disturbingly, many of these individuals have been living in the United States legally for many years. They've built careers, raised children, started businesses, and they become part of their communities. But here's the legal problem, in my opinion. This decision may also lead to violations of one of the most fundamental principles of international human rights and refugee law, the principle of so-called non-refoulement, which provides that a country cannot deport refugees or asylum seekers to a country where they would face serious threats to their life, their freedom, or to fundamental human rights. Sadly, I think it has become clear that the Supreme Court has forgotten that decisions aren't just words on paper. They become empty seats at dinner table, parents separated from their children, families forced back into countries where violence, persecution, or humanitarian catastrophe may await them. This decision is not about enforcing immigration laws, because the ruling is likely to leave permanent marks on the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and their families. This is a betrayal of the most fundamental American values, and it pushes our country, our government, farther away from democracy and world leadership.
The Supreme Court has sided with Trump on removing the temporary protected status of the 350,000 Haitians that Biden let into this country. First of all, these Democrat voters forgot the meaning of the word temporary. Secondly, they are also upset about losing their low-wage brown workers. Check out this comment from this Democrat woman. Who is going to take care of our elderly and folks in hospital? You think Americans want those jobs? Haitians are about 1/4 to 1/3 of healthcare workers and the best, most caring at their job. This is who wrote that comment. This reason for having low-cost brown immigrants come do the hard jobs is exactly the same excuse they used for slavery. Also, tell me you're in a blue state without telling me you're in a blue state. 1/3 of your healthcare workers are Haitians?
Important.
Credit once more to the owners of these videos that we watched last. So right now, let's dive into the conclusion of the entire matter. Now, TPS, as we all know, temporary protected status, was created to give people from countries experiencing extraordinary hardship a temporary place to live and work legally in the United States. Haiti received TPS after the devastating 2010 earthquake. It was quite traumatic. And those protections continued because of ongoing political instability, natural disasters, and increasing gang violence in these areas. Now, the US government is moving to an end these protections for many Asians. Now, supporters of the decision say TPS was never meant to be a temporary thing, meant to be a permanent thing. It was supposed to be a temporary thing. They believe immigration laws should be enforced consistently and the temporary programs should eventually come to an end. Now, this is also overlooking the fact that there are people who this will affect in a very bad way. Now, those who oppose the decision argue that Haiti is still facing severe challenges. They point to widespread insecurity, economic hardship, and the difficulty of returning hundreds of thousands of people to a country already struggling with humanitarian crisis. And this sounds like so many Haitians, TPS holders, have lived in the United States for years, built careers, started businesses. Now, that's something worthy to think about. This debate goes beyond immigration, guys. It raises questions about national security, the rule of law, and America's responsibilities during humanitarian crisis. It also, highlights how difficult it can be. Now, guys, whatever be your opinion, this issue will continue to shape conversations about immigration, the economy, and the future of temporary protected status in the United States. The challenge for policymakers is finding solutions that respect the law while recognizing the lives of people who have built their futures. The conversation is far from over, okay? As legal challenges and policy changes continue, many families are waiting to learn what their future will look like. One thing is certain, the Haitian TPS debate is about more than immigration. It is about how a nation responds when law, policy, and human lives intersect. So I just trust that the government will understand that there are human lives that has a lot of obstructions are going to happen. And you know what? Basically, majority of the labor force in the America are from the Haitian communities. And this is not a way to throw out people who have labored and supported and added value to the economy of the country. So this is something worthy to look into. And I pray that God will make them find refuge in these times. So guys, if you have any opinion on this, can you share your thoughts in the comment section? And then if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all this coming around. If you are new, please subscribe to our channel and then wait for our next video. Thank you, guys. And bye-bye for now.
My first name.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Hold on, man.
Facility.
Despite everything happening in Haiti, it's home. I'd rather be home. I'd rather be home and take care of home and make home better instead of being somewhere that myself and my people are not welcome.
At 5 years old was the last time I was in Haiti. I have lived in U.S. all my life. I was forced to be living back in Haiti due to deportation. My life here is not stable.
What the hell, man? Hold on, man. Oh, Jesus. Hold on 1 second, brothers. Oh, Jesus. The video just cut out. Hold on, y'all.
Despite everything happening in Haiti, it's home. I'd rather be home. I'd rather be home and take care of home and make home better instead of being somewhere that myself and my people are not welcome.
At 5 years old was the last time I was in Haiti. I have lived in U.S. all my life. I was forced to be living back in Haiti due to deportation. My life here is not stable, is uncivilized. I'm seeking the community's support and help to relocate to a better place where I can find work, housing, and the basics of life.
Food is processed, it's not that good, it's expensive. I'd rather go to my mom's country.
They like to live a terrible life when they go back in the country. They go back to the country, terrible life. And they have to start over again, like zero.
I think what hurt the most is because if someone would
get the likes up, family. Like, I don't know what you guys are waiting on. Make sure you get the likes up and support the platform. Shout out to Desmond Hill for the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. Get them up.
Reject you, okay, fine, let me go back home. But I cannot go back home, you know? That's what hurts, because you know that, okay, it's not that it's the dream. I'm not living the dream here.
So it's us immigrants trying to survive. And whenever you're trying to survive, for me, it's not a dream. So it's not a dream. America for us, it's not a dream. It's just like most like a jungle. I'm sorry, but we're trying to survive every single day. So
it was temporary. You had temporary protective status. Temporary, as in not permanent, meaning for a period of time.
This lady got deported back to Haiti after living in the United States for 42 years. And this is what her living conditions look like.
Girl, this the kitchen right here where people cook. You probably can't see it good. It's the kitchen, girl. And girl, let me show you the bathroom. This is where you take a shower at. And let me show you where you use the bathroom at. You see that hole? Okay. Now, this where this young lady and her son, she pregnant. She let me stay until I can get out of here or get on my feet. Look. Girl, look, this her son. We all sleep on one bed. Life is hard up here, girl. This shit is crazy.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in.
And man, life is hard in Haiti, bro. Woo. You don't want nothing to do. You don't want nothing to do with that there, man.
Wife. He says he committed a crime and now he's living the consequences.
I still don't feel like I'm home. I still feel like I'm just roaming. I feel uneasy.
For the past few weeks, Idriss Michelin and his wife Emile have been walking the streets of Haiti, trying to mentally accept that this is now home.
I lived in the country 30 years. I never got in trouble, but I made a mistake. My morals became corrupted.
Idriss was deported after serving 25 months in federal prison and 9 months in ICE custody. He was convicted of getting an illegal PPP loan back in the summer of 2020. He was living in the United States as a permanent resident, graduated from Southridge High School, and went on to Miami-Dade College. He was a licensed realtor and insurance broker. After serving his sentence earlier this month, Michelin was deported to Haiti on a flight with 120 people.
Your ankles are getting cut up. Your hands are shackled together. You know, they're telling you, hey, if there's a plane crash, you're going to grab this from here and you're going to put this on your face. How?
He says once in Cap Haitian, they were given $100 and released to family. His wife was waiting.
There's people that left only 2-3 years ago that are afraid to come here. And she's here.
The temporary protective status, or TPS, for more than 330,000 Haitians will end on February 3rd of next year. Without any other immigration protections, some may find themselves, like Idriss, back in Haiti.
It's very limited here. And now that I'm here, you know, to my country where my flag is, the people are wonderful. The people work hard. But they're trying to overcome obstacles, and I'm here trying to overcome obstacles as well.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I kind of feel bad for her, but I know what y'all thinking, like, okay, well, she didn't do what she needed to do to get her citizenship, blah, blah, blah. But if she's been living here since she was 5 years old, she probably had no idea that she was supposed to do anything as far as becoming an actual citizen. I mean, that's a hell of a wake-up call, but I feel like this should also be a wake-up call to anybody who's actually from Haiti or anywhere in the Caribbean or anywhere around the world that looks similar to that, or where there's a good portion of their society that has to live that way. I feel like this should be a wake-up call for them, because this should show you that your people and your country of origin really needs help. It really needs some type of stability. Like she said, it's completely lawless out there. Like she said, she got raped her first week back. She said that there's like no government. People just run rampant. It's like hard to find food. Like there's no jobs. Like this should be a wake up call for people who are actually from Haiti, like, or any country that looks like that. Because
my thing is this: why would you wave a flag of a place that's that horrible? I'm just saying, Haitians, and I want you guys to answer that question. Why would you be proud to be from Haiti if Haiti is such a wasteland and a dump? There's no food, there's no government, there's lawlessness. Why would you be so proud to wave that flag in America if that place is so damn horrible? Make it make sense.
And y'all flee, y'all come, y'all go here, there, and everywhere, but then you leave behind your country of origin. And I understand, like, and it's like, it's funny to me because it's not funny, but it's like, it's interesting to me because one of the jabs that they throw at Black America is, well, at least I have a home to go back to. But most of the people who say that, home looks just like what she showed us. So, I mean, that's not even a home that you even want to go back to. And I'm not saying that to be a bitch, but what I am saying is that it's going to take a lot of like strategic planning in order to get that country back on its feet, or to get it to be basically habitable at all. They need to flatten out that whole, everything there needs to just be flattened out, and they need to start from scratch. I don't even know if they're even going to be able to rebuild Haiti without some sort of foreign intervention or some sort of foreign alliance like that. Y'all, at this point, Haitians are going to have to form an alliance with another nation.
Well, Crips and Bloods ain't living in those type of conditions. Crips and Bloods live better in prison. You would rather be in prison to be free in Haiti. At least in prison, you got running water, food, and you might come home someday with good behavior. In Haiti, there's lawlessness. People are hopeless. Crips and Bloods are not living in shacks. They're not living in shanty towns. So you say, well, Haitians wave the Haitian flag the same reason that Crips and Bloods wave their flag. Crips and Bloods don't live in conditions like that, bro. That's all I'm saying.
In order to fix that, they don't have the manpower to fix that. Otherwise, it's basically going to turn into a no man's land because everybody's trying to leave. And Haiti has the potential to be a beautiful place, but if everybody leaves and nobody comes back to try to fix anything, it's just dead land. I really do feel bad for her. Like, I feel bad for anybody who has to go back to that situation, because I can't even imagine it. I can't imagine that. But this should be a wake-up call, like, your country needs help. And somebody that's from there needs to be the start of getting it to where it needs to be.
Now at 11, we are on the ground in Haiti tonight, just hours after the Trump administration announced it's ending TPS for Haitians.
Here in Cap Haitian, the news of TPS ending and the hundreds of thousands of people returning back here spread very quickly. It seems to be the only thing people have been talking about. You are looking at the market area of downtown Cap Haitian from...
Look at that nonsense, bro.
Streets are packed with people trying to shop and go about their day. Already moving through traffic was very difficult. The roads at times heavily congested. The people who live here say they've seen the population sharply increase because of people escaping gang violence in Port-au-Prince. Now, the thought of even more people coming here has one Haitian man very worried.
We gotta deal with that gang situation and, humanitarian situation. All those people need food and stuff like that. We don't have that. We don't have health care, all that. When are we going to receive all those people?
So they don't even want their own people over there, and they expecting for us to want their people over here. They don't even want them in another city that's over there. And we supposed to be like, oh yeah, we love it over here.
My first day in Haiti, y'all, was a shock, but I'm going to take y'all back a little bit outside of just my first day in Haiti. I was released in February 26th from TDC. Once released, I was transferred to an immigration facility. Once there, I had to just come to face with the reality that I could very well be deported and sent back to a country where I had nobody, my family, everybody was going to be away from me. I would literally be starting a whole new life. Went to court. Of course, the inevitable happened, and here I stand. I met many other women that went through the same thing. So immigration is a whole nother subject, but it's a sad subject too, because so many people were affected by this. Y'all, my first day here was a shock, okay? Here I am coming to a country that I know no one. I didn't even know how or where I was going, okay? I ended up getting in contact with my biological mother. I never met my biological mother, y'all. Wow. So At the age of 36, I was finally meeting the person who had me for the first time. And this was through her bearing a sign with my name. And that's how I knew. And it was difficult too, because when you deported into this country, they take you through so many changes. So I ended up being one of the last ones picked up. I had broke down, y'all. I was emotionally disconnected anyways on the plane. I knew exactly when we hit Haiti territories because the smell was different. It just felt different. And it could have been me consciously knowing that I was not wanting to come face to face with my fears, okay? So once I get there, I'm waiting all day, y'all. I called home to my sister in the States, and I'm breaking down, literally letting her know, look, nobody's here to pick me up. Y'all, I just really blacked out emotionally, mentally, in every way. I just couldn't understand that. And most of all that day, if going to prison, when I went to prison, I thought I was mad with God, but no. I felt so abandoned by God that day. I felt so alone. I felt like I was in a country full of people, yet I had nobody. I was there by myself. So when I call home, they're calling back to Haiti, asking for somebody to pick me up because they wouldn't release me unless someone signed for me. Now, everybody's gone. Even the officers there are concerned about me because they can see that I don't know nothing and I'm not familiar with the country. Make a long story short, I finally run into my biological mother. And y'all, the ride home, it was like everyone was pretty happy to see me because I found out I had 2 brothers and sister, and I was not happy. I was like sleep emotionally, mentally. I was so disconnected, you know. I really fell into a whole depression stage where I didn't even understand myself.
At first, I was isolated in the house for 2 days. I couldn't come out. It was stressful for me to deal with the locals. The locals would point fingers at me. They were laughing at me. They were mocking me. And some of them were just shaking their heads. But yesterday, I got so hungry, I had to step outside. And when I stepped outside with my head held high. I gave them direct eye contact. Because God didn't put a spirit of fear in me. I will prevail. I will be prosperous. My purpose here was to go through trials, struggles, and tribulations, just so I can be the voice of the people. And no matter what I suffer through, no matter what I go through, I will be the strength of my people. Now, I want you guys to know I love you. And I'm grateful for you. We're gonna get through this together. It's nice to be loved, and I feel loved. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the donations, for those who have donated. It means a lot to me. You guys pray that I can hold my strength where I don't have to be so emotional and crying all the time.
I think Haitians are mistaking indigenous, foundational, ethnic Americans, what we're saying to them. And I just want to be clear. We're just not helping you anymore, and we're having an I told you so moment. That's what's going on. We're having an I told you so moment because you guys said such nasty things about us. You guys were like, oh, if you just work hard, it's fine. You know, those people never did anything to us. It's because you're lazy and this and all this other stuff. Y'all were saying such nasty things to us about this country, which is our country, which we've been here for centuries. And in fact, our ancestors and the fights that we've had and what we've done opened the doors for your people to come here in droves, even though once we fought for that, or once we accepted that, your people came here, and this is something that you can look up historically, and were trafficking rugs from Central and South America up through Haiti into our country. And actually, you and the Caribbean and Central and South America, immigration actually is the reason for the crack epidemic in America. amongst our community because you look like us and because we fought for you and because we were so naive and we didn't understand third world versus first world mindsets and things like that, you know. And we still, even after you decimated our communities by working with our governments to pump these things into our communities, we still did not come against you because we thought in our minds it's not all of y'all, and we wanted to still give you guys a better opportunity than what you had at home. But instead of you appreciating that, instead of you respecting that, instead of you understanding that you decimated our community during the crack epidemic by putting, and you can, I had a video on this whole thing. If you can lie all you want in the comments, I'm just gonna embarrass you and put news stories and everything and news articles about it that literally say Haitian rug lord or whatever, and all the trafficking and stuff that you guys did in our communities. We still didn't turn on you. However, once we started learning what you guys said about us, it was disgusting, and that you sided with the oppressor over us and started talking to us like you were the oppressor, the things you were saying about us, it was over then. And it's gonna be even more further over. We're not helping you, we're not supporting you, and we're going to crash out and say, I told you so. Every time you get kicked in the A, you know, I'm not gonna say double cash signs by these people, we are simply gonna laugh at.
And if y'all wanna send Haitians back to their country, send back all the gold that you took from them. Send back all the fucking gold you took from them. Like, I don't understand, like, how you, okay, there was a point where Haiti was thriving. Then, again, because I talked about this on my page one time, because a lot of the reasons why a lot of people move from where they at, from their country to America, is because America destabilized their country, forcing these people to move because of how dangerous and corrupt it got, because of times when America interfered. Like, and it's crazy, and it's so crazy how, again, they don't teach this stuff like this in school, because wouldn't you want to know how America became the most powerful country in the world? You get what I'm trying to say? But they don't share shit like that, because why the fuck would they want us to know that? You know, so if you're gonna send Haitians back to their country, make sure you give them all that fucking gold that you took from them. And how about, you know, stop fucking with them? That's simple.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel.
News, trying to get myself together, but there is a protest happening right now in Jamaica. The Jamaican people say they don't want no deportees from America.
We don't want no murderers. We don't want rapists. We are not pedophiles here. We have enough of our own problems here where we can't control our own people.
I decree I have to go to the United States Embassy and find out certain of people are coming out of your country. The government lied to us. That is an act of treason, untrue, mental illness.
Nobody wants Haitians, man. This is the crazy part about it, is nobody wants them. Dominican people in the DR don't want them. Nobody wants them. So it's like it's one of those things to where it's just like they have no allies. Their Caribbean brothers, Caribbean nations don't want them there. Are the Haitians that bad to the point to where nobody wants to deal with them? Are they really that bad? Lord Jesus, like I said, I'm from California, so I've never been around Haitians in large numbers. I've been around a few of them, but not that many of them. But what I've noticed is nobody wants the Haitians to come to their country, man.
Jamaicans are on the street demonstrating and they feel betrayed. They are saying they cannot take it anymore because apparently Haitians who are being deported from America, they are supposed to go to Jamaica instead of Haiti. And Jamaicans are feeling it because
right? But they said no Haitians allowed. We don't need you. We have different Caribbean countries. Kiss our ass. I'm gonna explain something to you. Trump is ending TPS. 350,000 Haitians are being told they need to leave the United States by February, right? Now, there are certain countries that are in CARICOM. That is a union of different Caribbean countries. There are certain countries in CARICOM that are allowing people whose TPS status is ending to come to their country as opposed to repatriating, right? But they said no Haitians allowed. We don't need you. We have no benefit from being in unison with you. And let's just roll back the hands of time when we got our independence while all you motherfuckers was still under colonial power. When we got up off our ass and defeated the greatest military general in history, when we did that, our goal to go forward from there was the liberation of all the neighboring islands and countries. And this is the motherfucking thanks we get. The United States of America didn't have independence 30 years.
You're right about that, School. We got more Jamaicans, if anything. There's Jamaicans in LA. You got a few Haitians, but we got in LA, we got more Jamaicans than Haitians. So I'm more familiar with Jamaicans. Now, what he's saying is, I want you guys to hear what this dude is saying this. Hey, man, it's nobody else's fault, bro. I don't have nothing against Haitians personally. I never had issues with them. All I'm saying is when you got to go back home, you got to go back home. TPS means temporary protected status. It's not permanent. It's not a pathway to citizenship unless you do something on your own to gain citizenship. But let's get back to the content. Nobody owes you anything, man. This is not about racism. This is not personal. It's the damn law.
To their country as opposed to repatriating, right? But they said no Haitians allowed. We don't need you. We have no benefit from being in unison with you. And let's just roll back the hands of time when we got our independence while all you motherfuckers was still under colonial power. When we got up off our ass and defeated the greatest military general in history, when we did that, our goal to go forward from there was the liberation of all the neighboring islands and countries. And this is the motherfucking thanks we get. The United States of America didn't have independence 30 years before we got ours. And we didn't ask nobody for it. We didn't need nobody then. We don't need nobody now. Right? Don't look for anybody else but God to help us. We done contributed more to this world than all the majority of you motherfucking other islands who over here don't want to help us out combined.
Well, how come none of the Caribbean islands want to help Haitians? Like, I would like to ask people from Barbados, Jamaican, everybody in the Caribbean, how come nobody wants to help Haitians? Are Haitians that bad to the point to where nobody wants to deal with them at all? Give me some feedback in the comments.
Had to go to the United States Embassy and find out that them people are coming out of your country. The government lied to us. That is an act of treason, untrue, mental illness. And the government must resign to the treason. Amen.
Jamaicans are pissed that Haitians are coming to their country. They feel betrayed that their government signed this third country transit program behind their back. And this is only temporary, 14 days, no longer than 14 days. Or is it? Is there a loophole? Let's check this out. So the U.S. wants to deport the Haitians July 10th, because that's when they losing their status. So they set up this third country transit program with many countries. Jamaica is one of the recent ones, right? So the U.S. is funding 100% of all costs. They are funding the food, housing, security, and transport, while the International Organization of Migration manage the daily logistics in Jamaica. There's a strict cap. Jamaica will only accept maximum of 25 people every 2 weeks. Each person can only stay in Jamaica for a maximum of 14 days before being flown to Haiti. 14 days, no longer than 14 days, or is it? Because, you know, these immigration lawyers are pretty crafty. They're pretty crafty. They find loopholes. So once the U.S. flies a Haitian national onto Jamaican soil, that person falls under Jamaica law. Under the international treaties, they could immediately apply for asylum in Jamaica. If they do, Jamaican courts can legally block the U.S. from putting them on a plane to Haiti, freezing the deportation process entirely. Is that what y'all don't want to happen, for them to find this loophole? But I find it hypocritical, because what happened to out of many comes one people? What happened to we all came over here on the same ship but just got off on different stops? Now that the ship is pulling up to your country, you don't want the Haitians to disembark. So it's not okay for the U.S. to enforce immigration policy, but it's okay for Jamaicans to say, we don't want them, even if it's temporary. Because maybe the loophole might not work. They just don't want the possibility of any of that happening. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
Many sex offenders are being deported from the US to Jamaica, and they are coming back to a place where we might not even know who they are. In America, the sex offender registry is public. Anyone can search it. But in Jamaica, it's hidden, private, secret. That means predators can just disappear into communities, start over, live near schools, near children, and you won't even know. In the US, the community gets a warning. In Jamaica, we might get silence. How will parents protect their kids if they don't even know who's living next door? Are we creating a paradise or a playground for predators? Jamaica, work out the logistics, but we must make sure that the sex offender registry is public, no excuses, because transparency protects the innocent, and silence.
Jamaica is now on this list.
The United States is now deporting migrants not back to their home countries, but to completely different countries. So here's what's actually happening. The Trump administration is expanding something called third country deportations. Instead of sending someone back to their home country, the United States sends them to a random country. Anybody willing to take them. Why? Because these are people who have deportation orders, but can't legally be sent to their home country because they have something called withholding of removal or Convention Against Torture, which means that their life is in danger if they go home. A judge has already decided that. So Trump's solution? Send them somewhere else and let that third country deal with it. The United States is cutting deals with countries like Cameroon, Rwanda, Equatorial Guinea, South Sudan. And what is the United States offering? Money. Sanctions relief, perhaps?
From third countries. So we are acting, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back across the border.
It's not only Jamaica, other Caribbean countries also.
So yeah, man, they like, get them up out of here.
Is it fair for them also to be deported into the world, that world?
Own border. But what happens when that means sending hundreds of thousands of people back into danger, hunger, and violence? Dominican authorities may treat this as a problem, but the labor they provide help keep many industries in the DR afloat, and in many cases, they aren't getting paid fairly. These deportation campaigns have triggered labor shortages as well. A country has a right to protect its border, but at what point does enforcement become a humanitarian crisis?
Caribbean people, I saw this and I didn't want to believe it until I heard it for myself. But the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis has stated that they will be taking in third country deportees from the US, as long as they are from Caribbean community countries, CARICOM citizens, except those from Haiti. Take a look.
St. Kitts and Nevis has negotiated and entered into a memorandum of understanding with the United States of America for the potential transfer of certain third country nationals. And I want us to listen carefully, who are citizens or nationals of the Caribbean community. This does not involve anybody outside of CARICOM. And I will further say that because of security matters, it does not include Haiti at this particular time.
Now, the Prime Minister stated that it is for security reasons that we will not be accepting Haitians. And I want to ask, what's the reason? What are the reasons? What threat do Haitians pose that nobody else in CARICOM could pose? And before anybody says, oh, you don't see the conflict in Haiti, they're not in Haiti. They're literally in the U.S., being deported from the U.S. to St. Kitts and Nevis. So what threat do they pose? That's my only question. What threat do Haitians pose? That's the only question. Okay, bye.
Own problems here, where we can control our own people.
They are not welcomed here. The sentiments of some St. Mary residents who are objecting to the temporary stay of third country nationals in the parish. Janella Precious has the details.
In Grandstown, St. Mary, there's a new topic dominating discussions in the home, places of recreation, and on the streets. TVJ News has learned it is here that some of the third country nationals will reside when they're deported from the United States. Residents are not pleased.
This is a peaceful community, you understand? So if the deported them come here, we don't know where they come in our district come, you understand?
The whole 14 parish need to come out and demonstrate on this.
So if it was Jamaicans coming,
yes,
they could come.
It's because it's their home.
Yeah, it's their home, but it's not Jamaica. They are not Jamaicans.
Jamaica is not receiving any deportees from the United States, except Jamaicans. I repeat that. We have no agreement, no understanding to accept deportees from the United States. We accept every month 100 Jamaican deportees. And we have the expertise and the staff to manage their entry into Jamaica. That arrangement was negotiated by professionals so that they can come in a structured, organized manner and be resettled in Jamaica, their homeland. The cost of that is all Jamaican. We are receiving, and we have no agreement to or understanding, the MOUs, to receive convicts from the United States. Unless, of course, the Jamaicans are deported, which we have agreements, because America is our primary ally and primary partner in trade and in security. And we do have deportees from Jamaica to the United States from time to time, or we have occasionally from the United States, convicts. But we have no agreement, no understanding, and there are no discussions to accept convicts from the United States. In fact, anyone coming from the United States is reviewed by the NIB before I indicate that they can land in the country. There is no discussion, review, or understand to accept 10,000 illegal immigrants from the United States. Again, the only illegal immigrants we take from the United States are the Jamaicans who are there. And those conditions are negotiated by professionals from the Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Tens of thousands of Haitians have now been deported from the Dominican Republic during a humanitarian crisis. So if Haiti collapses, who takes responsibility for the people fleeing it? The Dominican Republic says that these deportations are part of stricter immigration enforcement due to the humanitarian crisis. So if Haiti collapses, who takes responsibility for the people fleeing it? The Dominican Republic says
the Dominican Republic wants nothing to do with Haiti at all. They don't want nothing to do with them.
Is that these deportations are part of stricter immigration enforcement due to the violence and instability in neighbouring Haiti. Officials argue they're simply protecting their own borders and enforcing law. But human rights groups are raising the
other Caribbean nations, well, should I say other Caribbean countries, they don't want nothing to do with Haiti because they feel like Haitians will turn their country into Haiti. That's why they don't want them there. Man, if we let all these Haitians come to the DR, they're going to turn this country into Haiti. Man, if we let all these Haitians come to Jamaica, they're going to turn Jamaica into Haiti. Hell no, we don't want nothing to do with them. And that's the mentality of other Caribbean countries.
They warn that vulnerable people, including families fleeing this disaster, are being expelled at a time where Haiti is facing one of the worst humanitarian crises for decades. So now the region is stuck with a difficult question. On one hand, you could say that every country deserves the right to control its borders, but on the other, Haiti's problem isn't just Haiti's problem. it's a Caribbean problem. And if countries start shutting doors, where are all the desperate people meant to go? So let me ask you this. Should Caribbean nations be open to accepting more Haitian migrants at a time like this? Or is the Dominican Republic right for enforcing its own borders?
Jamaicans are the worst peoples to be around for any person who gets deported to Jamaica. I'm trying to tell you, all these people, right? You see now they're saying that the U.S. is going to deport some people from third countries and send them to Jamaica. That's the worst place they could send these people as immigrants, to Jamaica. You understand? Because Jamaicans are very bad and nasty when it comes to dealing with people who get deported to Jamaica. Now, if you take a look at people who are deported from Jamaica, who are Jamaicans, look at how their own family members treat them. Their own family members who they were feeding, sheltering, and buying clothes and support them. For years, they supported family members when they were whatever country they got deported from. You get what I'm saying? By sending money to Western Union, MoneyGram, Western Union, and all this other shit. Because they were living the life, they were making it. But as soon as they meet misfortune or did some bad shit, and the government of that country caught them and sent them back to Jamaica, they're frowned upon. They're looked down on like dogs. Family members talk about these they call them deportees. Deported, why? That's how Jamaican people deal with people who get deported. They don't remember that the same people used to feed them, shelter them, clothe them, buy food for them. They don't remember that. You understand? They look down on them like dogs, like worse than dogs. Dogs is a respectful thing to how Jamaican people treat people who get deported. You dig? I've been watching this shit for years. Listen to me. Ask any person in Jamaica who is a Jamaican who has gotten deported to Jamaica, how they've been treated by their family members, loved ones, and the likes.
I agree with that, man. I gotta highlight that comment you just left right there. You said, you said, this is what you said, and I appreciate the feedback from everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, man. You say they want FBA to have this diaspora loyalty, but you got black people in neighboring Caribbean countries that won't help out the Haitians. You got African countries who don't even help out other Africans, but they want foundational black Americans to extend our hand to everybody while they stay segregated and separated in Africa, while they stay segregated and separated in the Caribbean. That's crazy. They want foundational black Americans to do something that they're not doing themselves. There's no unity in the Caribbean. There's no unity in Africa. But they want foundational black Americans to be welcoming to everybody while they stay segregated and divided.
I'm like shit.
None of those neighboring Caribbean countries wants to help out Haitians. The same thing in Africa. You got Africans from other countries who don't want Nigerians or other Africans coming to their country. But they tell foundational black Americans, you need to have loyalty. You need to align yourself with the whole African, the whole black diaspora. When there's no unity on the continent, there's no unity in the Caribbean.
They are. Talk about them on the phone like dogs, like wild animals.
That's crazy.
That's how they do. Look down on them like beneath dirt, beneath shoe bottom. You get me? So I think that's a bad idea to begin with, right? It's a bad idea to send those people. They may have to file for asylum from Jamaica to go somewhere else. Because I'm telling you, Jamaicans, they're nasty with people who get deported. Even their own Jamaicans who were born and raised.
I need all you guys to take your finger and hit the like button. The likes are free. I don't know why y'all ain't hitting the like button. Support the cash out while you at it. But the like button is for damn free. Get the likes up for your boy. Yeah, man. Nobody wants to help Haitians, just like no one wants to help Nigerians in Africa.
Down there. Fed them for years, closed them for years, sheltered them for years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jamaicans are like that, man. They're like that. They are that. That's what they do. You dig? Yeah. They don't remember the good times when people used to send them money to buy shit. You understand? Send them nice clothes, buy cars so they could ride around in, money for go, they do all types of bullshit. They don't remember the good times. The only thing they remember now is, oh, he got deported. And they start teasing them, jeering them. You understand? Look down on them. A lot of these people are deported, especially Jamaican locals. A lot of them could have been, rehabilitated and move on to live regular functioning lives back into the Jamaican society because that's their home. But because of the stereotype, and the same Jamaican people tell them all the time, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're no good. That's why they sent you back to Jamaica. That's why you get deported. That's why you this. You're bad, you're bad. They keep telling them they're bad and they're no good until they become that. You know what I'm saying? They keep telling them that they're bad people. They're no good to society. They're this, they're that. Some of them could have been rehabilitated and be very productive citizens. As a matter of fact, a lot of them aren't rehabilitated, but it's not at the will and it's not at the strength of the Jamaican people, because the Jamaican people, they talk down on these people like dogs, like shit. I think this has a lot.
Well, they treat them like dogs, man. And hey, man, it is what it is. Like, we don't know, man. Maybe people don't want anything to do with Haitian culture. Maybe that has something to do with it. Now, Haitians might cry racism and hate, but you have neighboring Caribbean countries that's full of black people that they don't want nothing to do with the Haitians. So we have to ask ourselves, is Haitian culture that bad to the point to where no one wants to deal with them? I'm going to ask the question again. Is Haitian culture that bad to the point to where no one wants to deal with them? Is it that bad in Haiti to where nobody wants to be bothered? They're like, nah, we don't want them Haitians over here. They're going to bring all that nonsense from Haiti to our country.
To do with jealousy. It's a lot of jealousy in it, believe me. There's high jealousy in it. I see it because I listen to it on TikTok. People talk about it and I watch it and I know people will experience it. It's jealousy. You understand? A lot of people were jealous that they didn't get the break. They didn't get the chance to go to different foreign countries. They're jealous. They probably thought they should have been the ones who got that opportunity. And since he or she messed it up, now that they got deported, I'm going to laugh at them. I'm going to tease them. I'm going to mock them. I'm going to jeer them. I'm going to talk about them like a shit. You see? That's Jamaicans for you, okay? So don't be fooled by these Jamaican people. Don't be fooled by Jamaicans, okay? I know them. That's how they are. Okay? Peace.
The deportation deal that Prime Minister Andrew Holness have accepted from the United States of America is very dumb and ridiculous. Like, it's the most diabolical thing I've seen on the internet all day. So, the deportation deal is Andrew Holness literally making Jamaica a home for non-nationals of Jamaica that has been deported from the United States. A percentage. Not everyone, but a percentage. At the end of the day, most deportees are criminals, like literally criminals. You feel me? Even though some of them are going to be innocent, because really and truly, based on the American system and what's going on in America, even innocent people without a criminal record is being deported. But some people just cannot return back to their home country. You feel me? To their native country because of a lot of different reasons. Humanitarian reason, a lot of different reasons. But I have a few questions to ask and y'all can always leave your opinion in the comment section. So, based on statistics, Andrew Holness have done a good job in combating crime and violence. And the fact that you've literally done a good job in combating crime and violence, why would you take up criminals to reside in your country that you've done so much for to fight crime and violence? Like, crime and violence is one of the biggest cancer that's eating our country alive. And to know that you're gonna take criminals from the United States or deportees from the United States to add to that percentage of criminals that you have in Jamaica is really and truly ridiculous. I've never ever seen something like that before. When it comes on to our health system, like Jamaica have one of the worst health system. Like citizens of Jamaica will go to the health centers, the hospitals, and they gotta wait hours and days to get an appointment. Like that is so crazy if you should ask me. Or economy. Jamaica's economy is not ready to accept any non-national deportees because there is actually citizens of Jamaica that's literally feeling the consequences of poverty when it comes on to infrastructure. Like Jamaica is way behind. So why are we adding problem to our problem that's already existed? Like make it make sense and be for real. As a follower of the Jamaica Labour Party, I'm honestly disgruntled. Where are the Jamaicans who are supposed to take out them placard and go out there go protest? Like go out there go exercise their human right because freedom of speech is a human right. Like check it out. In your oldness, you feel the people of Jamaica again. You feel Jamaicans again. I've heard you came out the other day and say Jamaica, you want to work on Jamaica to become like Singapore. Singapore is our first world country, but I don't know why would you want to leap so far or so high. But guess what? You gotta speak certain things into existence. I'm not wrong upon that part of it. But at the same time, I've heard the President of the United States say if you take too much people or too much citizens from a third world country and place them in your first world country, automatically one day your country will become a third world country. So Jamaica is a third world country and you are aware of that and you want to work on Jamaica becoming a first world country. So if you take most of those deportees, which them are going to come out of Jamaica without certain resources, which I think the country and the government have to provide certain resources for them or implement certain strategies so them can get a job and certain things. You feel me? How do we move forward when we are take up so much burden on our shoulders? Like how do we move forward? It's like every time we're supposed to move forward as a nation, something always come up and we gotta move backwards. Like make it make sense. We're not progressing as a nation. So the onus is on you Jamaicans to go out there and exercise your human rights by protesting, because protest, a peaceful protest is still a thing. A peaceful protest is still a thing. Freedom of speech is still a thing. On the need for go out there, go speak up for the rights. Like me alone and the bloggers or the vloggers and social media alone cannot do it, because every media news outlet and platforms is literally broadcasting the crazy thing that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, have accepted.
Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaican, Jamaica, Jamaican, 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 hey, hey, Jamaica, Jamaica, hey.
And Jamaicans, like, be for real. I'm totally disgruntled. Andrew Holness, we can't wait until 2028 because everybody have to vote you out and give PNP a chance. As a follower of the Jamaica Labour Party, where is Mama San and Andre Stevens? Where is those people? Because those people have sacrificed so much to speak up for Jamaicans. Because they say of hypocrisy, a lot of Jamaicans cannot come speak their truth. A lot of people where they in some executive and some high position cannot come speak them truth. So you see, because I have a voice and I have a platform, I'm gonna speak on behalf of them. But Andrew Holness, the decision that you've made is very sad and ridiculous. And I honestly think you don't mean Jamaican well. I honestly think the only Jamaicans you mean well are the one that went up on your pay grade and your tax bracket. Yeah, I said it. I mean, we'll say it again.
Jamaica, Jamaica, hey, hey, Jamaica, Jamaican, hey, hey, Jamaica, Jamaica, hey, hey. No Haitians, no Haitians, hey, hey, no Haitians, no Haitians, oh, hey, hey, Jamaica, Jamaica. Hell no, they don't want nothing to do with them. Hell no, they don't want nothing to do with them. They want them up out of here. They want them gone, dog. Terrible situation. You know what I'm saying? Terrible situation. They don't want nothing to do with them. They like, nah, man, get them up out of here. We don't want them. Y'all can have them. Get them up out of here.
A nonprofit which helps adults with disabilities is cutting workers, and this is because of the Trump administration's deportation plan.
The workers were all Haitian immigrants who lost their temporary protected status yesterday. And this could be just the beginning. Massachusetts has the third largest Haitian population in the country, and many of them work in the healthcare field. WBZ's Louisa Muller is looking at the impact.
It's like, oh my God, this is going to be a nightmare.
Carlene Desiree is bracing for the worst.
It's going to get bad. People will fight.
The executive director of the Association of Haitian Women in Boss focused on educating Haitian immigrants, but on their survival.
Those who had food stamps, they don't have it anymore. And it's the same thing for health insurance.
That's because temporary protected status, or TPS, for roughly 300,000 Haitians in the U.S. expired at midnight. The program, made to provide work permits and immigration relief to those from countries facing armed conflict, ended by the Trump administration. Now Carlene says the families she serves are facing impossible.
Rascal, Brombuclad man, Rascal, the roof is tough, is Jamaica and Dandada. No Haitians, no Haitian. Hey, 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 not in Jamaica. Hey, 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 no Haitians, no Haitian. Hey, 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 the roof is tough, is Jamaica and Dandada. Nobody grinds harder. No Haitians in Jamaica. No shantytown in Jamaica, rascal, bumbleclad. The roof is tough is Jamaica and Dandada. Nobody grinds harder. No Haitians in Jamaica.
Choices. A home country overrun by gangs, or possible deportation.
Are you worried about the separation of families?
You would rather your brother, your sister, and auntie, grandma taking care of your children instead of the kids being taken by the Department of Children and Families.
With statements like this one from ICE, quote, "It's closing time, which means you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here." The potential loss of Haitian workers also has implications.
Rasclad, bumbleclad, bumbleclad. Yeah, man. Bumbleclad man. You talk about Haitians, the bad man coming to Jamaica. No want the problems from Haitians in Jamaica. Rasclad. Bumbleclad.
Home, but you can't stay here. The potential loss of Haitian workers also has implications. According to Governor Maura Healey, there are more than 45,000 TPS holders in the Commonwealth. 2,000 who may lose work authorization, the Massachusetts Senior Care Association estimates.
People are scared.
Chris White, the president and CEO of Road to Responsibility, a South Shore nonprofit which serves more than 1,000 people with intellectual disabilities, let go of 19 workers who lost their temporary protected status.
You know, we had people coming in the office crying or calling up, being very upset.
White says these people were the constant companions of his clients, now replaced by overtime and a temporary staffing agency.
That's $40 an hour for us to pay for those folks, for which we're only getting reimbursed through our state contracts $21 an hour.
How long do you think you could sustain that?
Not very long.
The U.S. House of Representatives passed an extension of temporary protected status for Haitians in.
Only Haitians want to come to Jamaica, man. No, me tell them no. No bad man come to Jamaica. No Haitians in Jamaica. Jamaica is for rumbleclad, brassclad, bumbleclad, Haitian. No Haitians are welcome in Jamaica.
April, but a similar measure stalled in the Senate. Now the Senate is getting pressure from politicians across the country, including Governor Maura Healey. In Boston, I'm Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
Louisa, thank you.
Of Haitian nationals in the U.S., including here in South Florida, losing their protected status as Haitian TPS officially expired at midnight.
South Florida lawmakers are weighing in, questioning what comes next for many who feel it's not safe for them to return to the Caribbean nation. Local 10's Hannah Yashivi, she joins us live right now where emotions are running high. Hannah.
Ladies, we just spoke to one immigration attorney who has one main message for those affected. Don't panic. She even says some immigration attorneys right here in South Florida, to try to help those affected, are offering free consultations.
So right now is the time where, unfortunately, there's a lot of scam going on. So for one, it's not to panic. Two, do your research. I think temporary protected status is a good thing, but I think everyone forgot the temporary portion of it.
Haitian American immigration attorney Lorna Rosenberg Joseph says TPS for Haitians was first granted in 2010. So many people have built their lives here over the last 16 years. She says even though TPS has ended, some people may still qualify for other forms of immigration relief.
Make sure you get all your affairs in order. And what I mean by that is your immigration documents and so forth. Make sure you research whoever you speak to, and understand that social media is not the best source of news.
She says the end of TPS may feel sudden for many families, but reminds people the program was always temporary. Her advice now is to speak with an immigration attorney. And if you haven't already, have a conversation with your employer about your work status.
Well, showing up to work may not work. I suggest they speak to the employer, find out, what can happen. But technically, they're not supposed to be working right now. And I agree, it's a tough situation to be in right now.
She also says the impact won't just be felt by the people losing their status. Thousands of Haitians have been working, paying taxes, and filling critical jobs across South Florida.
We're not going to be able to replace these individuals. So then what does that do, right? If employers can't have anyone working, then we have an issue. I think this is going to force the government to really think and strategize before they do this.
And while there's a lot of uncertainty,
why they keep saying can't nobody replace them, as if these jobs wasn't getting done before they came here. The whole reason that you wanted to come to the U.S. because it was a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place. All of those jobs were getting done before they came here. What do you mean? Well, if we get rid of them, who gonna do the damn job? The same way that the jobs got done before they showed the hell up. What are you talking about, Willis? You're talking to the realest in the game. King Supreme. What we gonna do if we get rid of them? Man, please. This country was thriving way before they came over here.
She says her clients are not packing their bags.
Haiti is not in a predicament right now to receive individuals. With everything that's going on, they barely have a government. So no one is looking forward to say, let me just pack my bags and go home. So that is not anything that they're doing. I think everyone is just panicking.
See, when they say that nonsense, they make it seem like the place was just corrupt and shambles before they showed up to do the work. That's not what happened. That is a bold-faced lie. It'd be one thing if the economy was in shambles and none of these jobs got done before they showed the hell up. Let's be real. So when they say, oh, what are we going to do? These are rich people who want cheap labor. So they bring in these damn illegals because that's the closest thing that they'll ever get to slavery. The rich want to stay rich and the rich want to get wealthy. Matter of fact, the rich want to become wealthy. How does the rich become wealthy? They bring in immigrants for cheap labor so that they ain't got to spend no real money paying the American citizens, the money that they're actually worth.
Thousands of Haitians who were on TPS were filling critical jobs right here in South Florida, including nursing, healthcare, construction, hospitality, just to name a few. Now, ILG Immigration Group right here in North Miami Beach is even planning a quick free session, speed consultations to try to help these people for free. It's a way to give them some advice, next steps. So keep your eyes open. Once again, ILG Immigration Group right here in North Miami Beach. We're live in North Miami Beach. Hannah Yashivi, Local 10 News.
All of these jobs got done way before these immigrants showed up. That's the whole purpose of them wanting to come over here in the first place, because the economy was thriving before they got here. Make it make sense. Bless the like button. It ain't nothing. It is King Supreme. I told y'all when I was in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, I'm at the airport. Some Haitian woman came up and said, "Can I pray for you?" I said, hell no, you can't pray for me. You might be praying to the voodoo queen. She said, "Can I pray for you?" She had beads on her neck, and you can tell that she was Haitian. She wasn't a foundational Black American. I hopped right out the airport, and they said, she said, well, I went to get a lift because I was in the area to get my lift, and she walked, "Hey, can I pray for you?" I said, "Hell no, you can't pray for me. I don't want nothing to do with that Caribbean Haitian voodoo. I don't want nothing to do with that. Can I please pray for you?" Hell no.
It's tough. It's tough. I can feel, the pain. It's thin when you put yourself, under those people's skin. You can. It's very, very, very tough time, especially on the news. Sometimes I don't even watch the news no more. That's too tough. Too hard. Like I
came up like her. Listen, the lady came up looking to me. She had like some beads on her neck. She had a wrap around her head. Said, "Hey, can I pray for you?" Hell no, you ain't finna put that old Caribbean Haitian voodoo up on my head. I don't want nothing to do with it. Hell no. You better get the hell on, goddamn. Shit, I'm about to get ghosts. I don't want you nowhere near me. You might be playing to the voodoo queen. So hell no. And then what's crazy is another one came up and asked the same thing. I'm like, "Oh man, I got to get the hell up out of here, man. Damn, I got to get the hell up out of here." Man, there were so many immigrants at that damn airport walking around looking crazy. I said, "Oh hell no, I gotta get gone." Was waiting on my damn lift to get to my damn Airbnb.
Said living in America, and Asian, they work hard. They're always on time at their work. They don't take no days off, no days out. They're always there. And we built America.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, but that's not fair. That's not fair. People walking around like Asian, they're selling the thing, the junk, everything. So if you look around, you can see it's empty.
Yeah, man. I was in Fort Lauderdale / Miami, man. This was 2024. This was like around October, November 2024 when I was out there in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, kicking it. Had a good time. Had some good food. Went to the beaches. I was in Hollywood, Florida. We went around, enjoyed myself out there. Beautiful place. But man, them Haitians and them Caribbeans was walking up. "Hey, can I pray for you? Can I pray for you?" I said, "Hell no." So if you go to Fort Lauderdale or Miami and some strange woman walks up to you asking, "Can she pray for you?" say, "Hell nah, get the hell on. Get the hell away from them. Don't never let none of these people pray for you. You don't know who the hell they praying to. You're going to walk up to a random person trying to spread that voodoo. Oh no."
Because they're scared of come out, because they don't know what they're going to be happening to them, It is hard. It is hard. Yeah. People you see on the street now working around, that's mean the cover. They have a green card or the US citizen. That's it. Because they stay home. Some of them can't even go to church.
The TPS, it don't make no sense happen like that. No sense, no any sense to happen like that. I don't have no TPS, me. I'm a citizen American. But it's a shame for the people.
And it was a Latin lady too. Listen, I kid you not. It was two Haitian ladies that walked up, and then it was a Cuban lady who walked up too. So yeah, I forgot about the Latina, a Cuban lady, and all of these ladies looked like they was in their late 40s or well, maybe like 40s. They looked like they was about, in their 40s. Now the Cuban lady looked like she was maybe in her late 30s, maybe early 40s. She walked up saying, "Can I pray?" I said, "Man, hell no." I said, "Man, where the hell you at, man?" I called my lift to get the hell up out of there. I didn't want nothing to do with them people, man. I ain't never had some strange people walk up begging to pray for me, man. I said, hell no, this place got to be cursed. Let me get the hell up out of here.
When you see Haitian people come to New York, they come to get a better life because Haiti is not safe right now. They got gang, and the government in Haiti don't do nothing for those people in Haiti. They destroy the country. There are no dirigeant in Haiti. You know, those people come over here to get a better life, and they work hard to build the country. They pay tax, they do everything. I don't know why they got to stop the TPS for Haitian people, because we deserve it. Because they pay, going to Haiti, they're not safe. If they are not criminal, why they to send them back? If you take some criminal people and you send them back, I don't have no problem with that. But those people come for a better life to work, to get to living with the family. Why they do that to them? If they are not criminal, why they to send them back? If you take some criminal people and you send them back, I don't have no problem with that. But those people come for a better life to work, to get to living with the family. Why they do that to them? For Haiti until they I don't see no future for Haiti until the government, we got a new government. Yep.
Hey man, like, I hear you, man, but we can't afford to take on everybody's problems, man. We just can't afford to be taking on everybody's problems, man. You know, it just is what it is. It's an unfortunate situation, but sometimes you just got to go home, man. There's nothing wrong with going home. You might say, well, there's nothing in my home. Well, hey, man,
So a lot has happened between now, we're in July, and the beginning of the year. Of course, we want ICE to improve as we go on. Do you think that ICE has improved as an agency since January?
Yes, I mean, as far as performance, yeah, I was honest with American people, in the last few months that the ICE arrest numbers were down because the department was shut down, right? Mm-hmm. And Democrats shut the department down mainly because of what occurred in Minneapolis. I was a part of the negotiation team on the Hill, and everything they brought up, they want to change this before they opened the government, was a reflection on Minnesota. But as soon as we got the reconciliation done, we got the funding, numbers are up. I mean, in June, we had the highest numbers of arrests in the history of the agency, of ICE, and July is tracking to even beat that. So we're hitting on all cylinders now. We're deportation maxing. Since we're fully funded, we just got to keep going.
I know that the work for you, this administration was put under enormous pressure as a result of the previous administration letting in tens of millions of people who we had no idea who they were. We, of course, saw a number of cases where criminals committed crimes against Americans, including murder of young women all across the country. But there has been criticism that there's not enough happening in terms of what the ICE agents need at this point. There's this astonishing headline in the Washington Examiner that says ICE melting under Trump's expectations, and accusing the agency of not giving ICE officers enough time to train new agents or enough time for agents who are already in the field to.
We know that. So we're gonna get back to that. Check this out.
There's a cat right there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody eating that.
Ain't nobody eating nothing.
Ain't nobody eating that cat. Look.
They better not.
If it wasn't for the Haitian community coming here to Springfield,
Now, these are the Haitians that's in Springfield, Ohio. Trump said they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Now, I don't know how true that is, but in Springfield, Ohio, they were complaining that their cats were coming up missing. You know, their pets were coming up missing, and they claimed that the Haitians were cooking them. Is it true? I don't know. Hit the like button and support the show. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets. Words of Donald J. Trump.
they're building new stuff in Springfield? No way, dude. Last time we were here, this place was a ghost town. We were here in Springfield some years ago, and this place was completely run down. This is Springfield, Ohio. Look at how sad this town is. Literally, this entire shopping plaza is nothing but abandoned businesses. There's a Haitian restaurant where we're gonna eat today, but I want you guys to take a good look around at the situation of this town. You can literally see that people have been littering here. If it wasn't for the Haitian community coming here to Springfield, this town would eventually become a ghost town because literally most of the businesses have failed. And well, just take a look around. This is Springfield, Ohio, a town that is abandoned, losing population. And these, the Haitians, are the only hope that this town has to see a recovery. You know, these storefronts, I mean, if you look at the storefront here, look, they literally have mold on the carpet in front of this place. I mean, this is a place that hasn't progressed a whole lot. You can see the mold's coming in through the inside of the buildings. I mean, literally, if it wasn't for these Caribbean stores coming in here.
Hey, I just want you to know, before John Legend, it was me, man. It was me. But we keep it moving. We keep it moving and everything. Everything. There go my daughter out the...
Oh, he got his whiskey. The old timer got that whiskey. Look at that, man. He like, oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you for a minute. I need to get to my bottle of whiskey, man.
It was me. But we keep it moving. We keep it moving and everything.
Yeah.
Everything. There go my daughter.
Look at old school. Got that bottle of whiskey, man.
out the pit right now. And I got another one. That's the oldest girl. I got a youngest one. And I got a boy. My oldest boy got killed in 99 up in Columbus. But I'm doing great.
All right, so I see a community here. I see kids outside. Right. I see families outside.
Right.
Okay, and I see it's white, black, everything. Haitian. Are there Haitians here yet? No.
No,
not in this apartment.
There's supposed to be one, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, but I see everybody, families outside, kids outside.
Right.
How important is it, man, for people to have families, close-knit communities?
It's very important. It's important to have family around here because this used to be when you come in town.
Haitiana compra algo, la almacena
because, you know, it's escalation on top of escalation. I don't understand why a Haitian would want to live here in these conditions. I feel like if I was Haitian, I want to be in Florida, in Fort Myers, Naples. Now, without a doubt, people treat you the way you treat them.
Yo en vivi en Ohio, Springfield.
Okay. So
aquí no bulto. Aquí no haitiana, no come gato, no come perro.
Oh, he said Haitians here in Springfield ain't eat no cat?
Yeah. El vaquero aquí, el vive el cerca tranquilo.
We live in the hood here chilling.
Haitiano
Haitian.
no molesta a nadie.
Haitian no bother nobody.
El presidente Donald Trump dice haitiano come gato, come perro.
The president Donald Trump said Haitians out here eating cats, eating dogs.
Por favor,
Please,
presidente Trump, respeto para la haitiana, pero
people.
nosotros es inmigrante
We're
aquí.
immigrants out here. We ain't
No
doing
molesta a
that.
nadie.
We ain't bothering nobody.
El puro fuiste a para trabajar.
We came out here to work.
Nada más.
No parece.
No parece, no molesta nadie. Aquí haitiana compra algo, la almacena y después entra en mi casa, dormí y la mañana vaya a
He
trabajar.
says he works so much, he ain't got time to do it. He's doing work and going to work.
Toda la compañía aquí,
All the
el
companies
precio le gusta moleno haitiano.
Other companies here want Haitians.
Porque haitiana, cuánto entra de pieza para trabajar, trabajando bien, 8 horas, 10 horas, 12 horas, y después haitiana volver para casa, y dormir, bañar y ya, hasta mañana. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, now, aquí tú me dices que la policía está molestando mucho a los haitianos dándole ticket.
Ok, aquí la policía abusa inmigrantes haitianos, solo inmigrantes haitianos. Aquí hay cubanos, Venezuela y el otro Spanish, pero solo haitiana. Aquí la policía molesta. Cuando a haitiana sale con mi carro y corre así de la calle, hay limita. Dice correr 55, 50, 35 y la policía para haitiana al tiro.
As soon as a Haitian goes over the speed limit, you can pull over.
Dice speed. Y primera vez la policía pasa a haitiano un ticket y después otro papel de coach.
Okay, so the pa corte.
Yeah, exactamente.
Okay, so the police is targeting them, pulling them over non-stop.
Porque aquí haitiana manda justicia ahí pero no tiene nadie presentando un haitiano aquí en Springfield, Ohio. Pero son abusos. Por favor, ayúdame, la municipal aquí en Springfield, Ohio, ayúdame, por favor.
He wants people here out in the municipality to help them.
Yeah, por favor, porque haitianos son buenas personas, buenos inmigrantes.
They're good immigrants.
No molesta vecino,
We don't bother our neighbors.
nadie. Haitiana, el pago seguro del carro,
If you got the car insurance, we got
compra
it.
carro crédito
We're
y pago todos los meses.
We pay everything on time.
Todo otro país respecta por haitianos.
All the other
Solamente aquí,
everywhere we land,
Americans, Springfield, Ohio, no respeta por nadie haitiano.
He says Haitians got
Por
respect
favor,
everywhere.
ayúdame.
Yeah, he said Haitians got respect everywhere they go. I've been in Canada.
Yeah.
Respetan a los haitianos en Canadá, en Canada, in Florida.
México también.
México tiene muchos haitianos, a lot of Mexicans.
México también. Y Canadá también.
Yeah.
Y Chile también. Respecta por haitiana.
Everywhere in the world, Chile, Canada,
solamente
Mexico.
Aquí América.
This is the only place here in America.
Aquí es una política por haitiano.
It's like they're going after the Haitians here. Haitians got respect everywhere.
Sí.
Yeah.
Porque solamente Spanish tiene respeto por la haitiana, pero americana no. Y Black American, Black American también, Black American people no respeta por la haitiana.
He says the black people respect the Haitians, the Spanish people respect them.
Aquí tiene junto del mafia, aquí mismo, de la esquina ahí.
Yeah.
Dice una semana, si los haitianos no vayan, lo pasa por acciones. Porque ayúdame, Señor.
He says, without Haitians in this town, it's known that this town cannot operate because they're doing all the jobs in this town.
Basically, what he said, without the Haitians, that town can't survive, so they need the Haitians. I mean, my thing is this. If you're going to say that, then they'll say, well, why not build Haiti? If you can come to a foreign land and build that community, why not build your homeland? Why not build your country? Well, they're going to say, oh, man, the government is so corrupt. The government. Well, what do you think? What do you think Black Americans had to deal with in this country? We had to deal with corrupt government. We had to deal with laws that was created to oppress us. So if we can get through all of that, then how come? Anyway, man, I think you get my point. If you can build a community in a foreign country, why not build your homeland? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so la renta aquí, cuando llegaron los haitianos, cobraron más dinero.
Sí.
Ok, dime.
Ok, otra cosa, espérate, otra cosa, ¿por qué ese mi país o ese Haití?
Yeah, he says, I'm Haitian, it's my
Porque
country.
por ahora mi país tiene crisis político.
His country's in a crisis right now.
De tigre, mafia,
gangs,
gangster, allá de mi país nunca salí de la calle.
You can't even go outside where they kidnap you.
Sí, de kidnapping, porque ese otro país colombiana, vaya de mi país Dominicana también.
Yes, there's Haitians,
Él
Dominicans that are
mata a
running
mi
his country.
presidente Jovenel Moïse.
Yeah, he said Dominicans and Venezuelans went and killed their country's president, and they caused an uprising in his country.
Hay 8 colombianos presos del matar a mi presidente
Right now,
Haití.
they got eight Colombians locked up in Haiti that killed the president.
Porque justice para mi presidente Haití.
He says for him, this was his president that was killed.
Por favor, aquí Estados Unidos el grande país del mundo.
The United States is the greatest country in the world.
Porque aquí Estados Unidos ayúdame mi país, por
He
favor.
thinks the United States, being the greatest country in the world, should offer help to Haiti.
Ok, gracias, muchas gracias la gente que escuchando. Muchas gracias, gracias por la mensaje.
Thanks for the friendship.
Exacto.
And the message. That my friend.
Bye.
Okay, Papa. I cannot tell you how difficult it was today to try to talk to the Haitian community here because they are afraid. Well, you can see it literally turned night on us out here. I've worked the most part of the day just trying to talk to people out here. It's been difficult. The Haitians, they'll talk to me off camera. He says the cops are relentlessly targeting the Haitians. The police is parked right in front of the Haitian businesses. But right here, take a look. Here's a police car. And here is a shipping center. My presence here is causing quite the havoc in the shopping plaza. You know, they leave this police car facing the front of the Haitian store. It's the Haitian store right there, right? Look what time it is. These people are just now getting out of work. When have you seen a community? It's 7:30 at night. People are just now getting home from work. These people are working 12, 13, 14 hours. These people ain't got a break. Look what time of night it is, and these people are still out here. They're just now getting out of work and getting their groceries, getting something to eat. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah. So you guys are hanging out in front of a Haitian restaurant in Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
Your little town is the epicenter of America right now. And obviously there's two sides to this. Tell me a little bit about yourselves. Where are you guys originally from?
I'm originally from here, but I lived in Texas for 8 years.
Okay.
And then I moved back here.
Cool. You, sir?
From Columbus, Ohio, and
all right, well, listen, man, we're going to end this show, man. I think I done enough for today. I got a couple of moves to make. This is my second show, so I got to end it. But I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Make sure that you bless that like button before you tap out. Should play upon the main King Supreme. Hit the like button. It ain't nothing. You already know what to do. King Supreme, I'm signing off. Hey, man, I don't have no negative feelings towards anybody. I'm just doing the content, man. The white man is gonna deport you. It's not gonna be foundational Black Americans. So don't get mad at me for my commentary. I'm just adding some flavor to the conversation. That's it. That's all, big dog. So listen. So man, listen. Hold on one second. I got one more clip before I get up out of here. Man. Check it out.
I don't think he should ever.
Hundreds of thousands of Haitians living in the United States are facing the unfathomable: deportation to a country humanitarian groups describe as being more violent and unstable than it was when they fled years ago. Their temporary protected status comes to an end today on the heels of last month's Supreme Court decision, and as they brace for the Trump administration to follow through on its promise to accelerate immigration enforcement tactics and send federal agents out into vulnerable Haitian communities. All while new reporting also suggests Homeland Security is reviewing its vetting processes for those very agents. That's according to a senior White House official who spoke with the Washington Post. In the aftermath of ex-partners and relatives who came forward and told reporters that the ICE agent who shot and killed a man in Maine earlier this month has an extensive history of violence and domestic abuse allegations. White House border czar Tom Homan was asked about the current vetting process.
Should someone with those issues be an ICE agent?
Today, nearly 350,000 Haitians are set to lose their temporary protected status, which means they could be deported.
Yeah, and while some say the benefit was never meant to be permanent, others argue Haitians cannot return to their native country because conditions have not improved.
News Channel 8's Emmy Darkia joins us now live. Emmy, in addition to people losing their immigration benefit, there are other problems they could also face, right?
Jen, Josh, that is true, and DHS even warns against the scammers themselves. They say that there might be unauthorized practitioners out there who try to take advantage of this delicate situation.
The key is for everyone out there listening, make sure that you're dealing with a lawyer, not just a notary. There are some good notaries out there that specialize in this, but they're usually associated with a lawyer, a licensed lawyer. So if you're going to consult with a notary, make sure that they're attached to a licensed attorney.
As the temporary protected status for thousands of Haitians is set to expire Monday, lawyers warn that there may be those who are not qualified to provide legal advice, trying to capitalize on the delicate situation of those who may want to remain in the United States.
Go to the Florida bar to make sure that there are licensed attorneys that specialize in the area. And if you Google them and you don't find out that they have any connection to Florida or that they're not licensed in Florida, then I would stay away from them.
The end of TPS would mean that those who previously held the benefit would lose their work permits and can be subject to deportation.
It's frustrating. It's heartbreaking. I'm devastated because I didn't want to see that day where they're sending people home from their job. And like, what do?
Today's deadline comes after the Supreme Court sided with the Trump administration, saying the Department of Homeland Security was within its power to end TPS for countries like Haiti and Syria. Haitian nationals in the Tampa Bay area say the conditions in the country haven't improved enough for those who held TPS to safely return home.
I think if you look at the history of Haitian immigrants in Florida within the last 15 years, after the devastating earthquake in Port-au-Prince in 2010, and over the last 7 years, when gangs really have overtaken the capital of Haiti, it's really mind-boggling to say that folks can go back to Haiti and not have temporary protected status.
But the federal government states that TPS was never meant to be treated as a permanent solution. In a statement, the Department of Homeland Security told us temporary protected status is exactly that, temporary. For far too long, TPS has been allowed to function as a de facto amnesty program, despite Congress never intending it to be permanent.
And we asked DHS if there will be any operatives that focus on Haitian nationals after the end of TPS. They told us that they don't comment on any future or ongoing operations.
So a lot has happened.
All right. This show, man, hit the like button if you haven't already. YouTube be holding a lot of comments for I don't know why, man. It be YouTube stopping people comments from coming through for some of the simplest things. Some of you guys don't say anything wrong, then some people do be saying some things that are sideways, but a lot of times you guys just be typing and for some reason YouTube blocked the comments, right? It is what it is. Hit the like button if you haven't already. The game is coming so heavy. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody for pulling up for the content, man. I'm gone.